There is someone on your mind right now. You did not choose them. They just appeared. Quietly, the way a song does when you are not expecting it. And now you cannot stop hearing them. You have replayed conversations that lasted 3 minutes. You have noticed the specific way they laugh. You have wondered, more times than you would admit, whether they think about you too. This is not weakness. This is not obsession. This is one of the most human things a person can feel. And the reason it hurts, the reason it sits so heavy in your chest, is because nobody ever taught you how this actually works. Not the games, not the rules, the real thing, the quiet, honest truth about why some people fall and others are forgotten. What you are about to learn is not a trick. It is not a script. It is a way of seeing yourself and others so clearly that connection stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling like something you were always capable of. But before we get there, you need to understand something about the way love actually begins. And it starts somewhere most people never think to look. It starts with what you leave behind. Think about the last song that stayed with you for days. It was not the ones that gave you everything. It was the one that ended too soon. The one that left a note hanging in the air. The one that made you press play again just to feel it one more time. People work the same way. The ones who stay in your mind long after they are gone are not the ones who gave the most. They are the ones who left the most unfinished. Not because they were cold, not because they were distant, but because they understood something deeply human, that the heart does not ache for what it has. It aches for what it almost had. When you are with someone you want, most people pour everything out, every thought, every feeling, every piece of themselves, all at once, as if giving more will make them harder to leave. But it does the opposite. When there is nothing left to wonder about, the mind moves on. The most powerful thing you can do is leave the conversation one breath before it ends. Walk away while the room still feels warm. Let your absence be louder than your presence, because what you do not say will live in their mind far longer than anything you do. And what happens next, when they reach for you and you are not quite there, is the beginning of something that changes everything. There is a difference between being someone they enjoy and being someone they cannot stop thinking about. Most people spend their whole life trying to be enjoyable, trying to be easy, trying to be comfortable, and comfort is a beautiful thing, but comfort does not wake someone up at 2 in the morning. Longing does. Longing is born in the space between closeness and distance. It grows in the silence after a moment that mattered. It lives in the soft ache of wanting someone who is not quite yours yet. And that space, that beautiful, terrifying space, is something you can learn to hold. Not by pulling away to hurt someone, not by being cold or calculated, but by having a life so full and so real that your attention becomes something rare. When someone sees that you are not waiting for them, that you are not pausing your life in hopes they will notice, something shifts in them. They stop taking you for granted. They start paying attention. They start wondering what it would take to be part of a world that does not need them to survive. You are not trying to make them chase you. You are simply reminding them, without a single word, that you are worth chasing. And the moment that lands in their heart is the moment everything begins to change. But there is one thing, one quiet and devastating truth about connection that makes all of this matter even more. If what you are hearing is reaching something real inside you, follow this channel right now. Every week we go deeper into the quiet truths about love, longing, and what it means to truly connect with another person. Now let's talk about the second way. And this one is the most intimate thing we will discuss today. There is a moment in every connection that most people miss. It happens in seconds. It is so quiet you can almost breathe past it. It is the moment when someone stops performing and lets you see something real. When they say something honest instead of something safe. When their voice drops a little and their eyes stop searching for approval. That moment is a gift. And most people do not know how to receive it. They laugh it off, they change the subject. They match it with something equally vulnerable and immediately regret it. But when you meet that moment with stillness, when you let it land without rushing to fill the silence, something happens in the other person that they cannot explain. They feel seen, not complimented, not impressed. Seen, and being seen, truly seen, is so rare that when someone experiences it, they do not forget it. They come back to it, they come back to you, because you became the place where they felt real. And a person will fall for the one who makes them feel most like themselves. But this is only the second way. What comes next is the one that stays with people long after everything else fades. Every person you have ever wanted to be close to is carrying something they have never said out loud. A quiet fear, a wound they have learned to smile over, a version of themselves they stopped showing the world because the world was not always gentle with it. And somewhere inside you, you are carrying the same thing. This is not sadness. This is the most honest thing about being human, and it is the hidden door to every deep connection that has ever existed. When you stop trying to impress someone and start trying to understand them, something changes in the space between you. The air gets quieter, the conversation gets slower, and something that felt like small talk starts to feel like something that matters. You do not need the perfect words. You do not need a story that makes you sound interesting. You just need to ask the question that goes one layer deeper than anyone else bothered to go. You just need to stay in the silence long enough for them to feel safe inside it. Because when someone feels safe with you, when they feel that you are not going to flinch at their realness, they do not just like you, they need you. And need the quiet kind. The kind that grows in the dark without anyone planting it, is the closest thing to love that language has a word for. What you do with that need is what separates the ones who are remembered from the ones who are forgotten. Now let's talk about the third way, and this one is the most misunderstood thing in all of human connection. The heart does not fall for the person who is always warm. It falls for the person who makes warmth feel earned. Think about every story that has ever moved you. Every film, every book, every memory that still lives in your chest. None of them were flat. None of them were comfortable the entire way through. They pulled you in, and then they let you hang. They gave you something beautiful, and then they made you wait for more. That is not cruelty. That is the rhythm of every real and living thing. Your heartbeat is not one long continuous sound. It is a pulse, push and pull, presence and space. The warmth of a moment followed by the quiet that makes you want it again. When you learn to hold this rhythm with someone, when you are genuinely warm and then genuinely yourself instead of performing warmth every second, they stop feeling entertained by you. They start feeling drawn to you. There is a difference between someone who makes you feel good and someone who makes you feel alive. The ones who make you feel alive are the ones who are not afraid to let the silence breathe, not afraid to walk away before the moment ends, not afraid to be a little unreachable sometimes, because reachable things are held, unreachable things are longed for, and longing is where love learns to walk. Here is the thing nobody tells you. None of this works if you do not believe you are worth it, not in a loud way, not in an arrogant way, in the quiet, settled way of someone who has sat with themselves long enough to stop running from what they found. The way you see yourself is the signal you send before you ever open your mouth. It is in the pace of how you move, the steadiness of how you speak, the way your eyes do not ask for permission to be in the room. People who carry real worth do not perform. They do not try to be impressive. They simply exist in a way that makes others want to stay nearby. And the beautiful thing is that this is not something you are born with. It is something you return to. Because somewhere underneath all the times you made yourself smaller, underneath all the times you apologize for taking up space, there is a version of you who always knew they were worth staying for. That version has never left. They have just been waiting for you to come back to them, and when you do, when you stop chasing and start trusting that the right person will feel the gravity of who you actually are, everything shifts. But there is one last thing, one quiet truth that holds all of this together, and it is the most important thing we have said today. You were never the problem. You were never too much. You were never too little. You were simply someone who had not yet learned the language of their own worth. Every moment you stayed too long hoping they would notice. Every time you gave everything and received silence in return. Every night you wondered what was wrong with you. None of that was evidence of your failing. It was evidence of how deeply you are capable of loving. And that depth, that willingness to feel so fully in a world that teaches people to feel less, is not a weakness. It is the rarest and most beautiful thing one human being can offer another. The first way taught you that mystery is not distance. It is the art of leaving something alive in someone's mind. The second way taught you that being seen is more powerful than being wanted. The third way taught you that warmth is most felt when it is not constant. But underneath all three, there is one truth that holds everything. You do not need to become someone else to make that person fall for you. You need to become so quietly, completely yourself that the right person cannot look away. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are learning to be seen and being seen. Truly fully seen is how love begins every single time.